Hey guys, what's up? So today's video is going to be about leprosy. I am damn sure you are going to learn a lot of things about leprosy, including some interesting facts too. So this guy over here is a feature of leonine faces. Have you seen a person who looks like a lemon? Person has leprosy. Have you seen a person who is saying tata baba in a weird way? Person has leprosy. So let's get started. So have you seen a cow like this, which has something here? Hmm? Yeah, I'm sure you would have seen. What about this? Hmm? Have you seen a goat? But I am damn sure you would never have seen a person with a bell. So the common thing among both the pictures was a bell, but you would never expect a person to wear a bell around the neck except for a person who had leprosy. So this is to emphasize on the fact that leprosy is more of a social problem rather than a medical condition or a surgical condition. It's caused by Mycobacterium leprae and it's also called Hansen's disease and acid fast bacilli, of course. And in order to humiliate the people or in order to, prevent the infection from spreading to other people, assuming a bell will ring, a bell will help them to stay away from the infected person. Indians used to wear bell for leprosy people, but now it's not very common, but it was common in the previous centuries and so on. So the leprosy disease spreads through nasal secretions, and there are these two kinds of spectrum, tuberculoid and lepromatous. In tuberculoid spectrum, we can see that leprads are the clinical features of the disease, leprads. So there are these thick and tender nerves which are all present everywhere. For example, thick and tender ulnar nerve. Well anesthetized hypopigmented areas can be there. Erythematous macules, dry rough surface, elevated edges, asymmetrically uh, placed, and they are mostly localized. The tuberculoid diseases. It looks like this. So there's this, it looks dry, irregular. Clearly, I have given only one side, so it is asymmetrical and it's kind of patchy, hypopigmented slash erythematous. So this is kind of erythematous, right? It's kind of erythematous and it's very scaly. So this is a typical lesion seen in leprosy, tuberculoid variety. So about the lepromatous disease, the previously seen one was tuberculoid, which was asymmetrical, but this is very symmetrical. Previous one was localized, this is extensive. So that is lepromatous leprosy. In a tuberculoid leprosy, we saw the features were called leprids. The lesions here are lepromas. The macules, many macules together will coalesce to form a nodule or it forms a plaque. So it becomes bigger. Multiple small ones become bigger. And then about the leonine facies, the person basically looks like a lion. So there will be loss of wrinkles in the forehead, loss of eyebrows will be there. The nasal bridge is gone. There will be interstitial keratitis because there is facial nerve palsy. So the person will not be able to close their eyes. So there will be conjunctivitis too. And the tip of the nose will be elevated. And the skin folds are pretty prominent. So that's the main feature of leonine facies. We'll see pictures of leonine facies in the further slides. So this is a leproma. It's a nodule. So a lot of macules have coalesced to form nodules in this person. So this is a typical picture for the tip of the nose is elevated. It's typically called the saddle nose deformity, but it's not a specific term because it occurs in other granulomatous diseases as well. So this kind of nose occurs because the leprosy Mycobacterium leprae is going to degrade the cartilaginous part of the septum. This is to correlate with the syphilis disease, which is involving the bony septum. In the eye, of course, it causes interstitial keratitis, etc. It can cause blindness in the long run too. Epiphora, so we won't be able to close the eyes correctly, and conjunctivitis because of open eyes. So yeah, these are what we saw in the picture: collapse of the nasal bridge, lifting tip of the nose, paralysis of the seventh nerve, exposure keratitis, exposure keratitis, iridocyclitis, and all. And see, this is a clinical picture of the hand of a lepromatous person. So these fingers, they are getting absorbed on itself, and ultimately they are going to auto amputate themselves. So this is also an example of how they will be the features of leprosy. And this is foot drop. So because of the peroneal nerve injury, even that is a nerve which can be involved. So claw hand is claw hand and claw legs, and claw and the foot drop. So claw hand, ulnar nerve and the median nerve are involved. In a claw foot or claw toes, the posterior tibial nerve is involved as in here, and this is foot drop because of involvement of the lateral popliteal nerve. Posterior tibial nerve involvement causes claw foot. And because nerves are involved, the sensory component is gone too. Because the sensory component is gone, there will be these trophic ulcers which will occur, trophic ulcers in the long run. And as you can see here, the digits are getting absorbed on themselves, so they are shortening. And here, there's auto amputation of the fingers, the digits here. So anesthesia of the lesion or anesthesia of the foot will cause trophic ulcer and a chronic infection. Contraction of the wound and auto amputation also occurs. So this is because the testicles are involved. It will cause reduction in the testosterone level leading to gynecomastia. So because of testis atrophy. So this is a clinical picture of a leonine face. As you can see, that there's lots of wrinkling. I mean, there are multiple ups and downs in the face, and there is this depressed nasal bridge, no eyebrows, and here we can see this very prominent skin folds, saddle nose deformity. And the slit skin smear is how we take a sample to confirm leprosy presence. We stain it using AFB, acid fast staining, and that's it. So otherwise biopsy can be done too. So this is a plant from which the drug was taken previously, but nowadays we don't need the drug anymore. So, however, the plant name is called Hydrocarpus whitiana, from which Shalmogra oil was drawn, and Shalmogra oil was previously used to treat leprosy. And this is the person who was behind the discovery of the drug dapsone, which is daily used for leprosy treatment. So this is the person. His name is Domac, and he derived dapsone from prontosal red. So today, for a period of 12 months, DRC regimen is used, that is dapsone, rifampicin, clofazimine regimen, to treat leprosy. About the surgical treatment, surgery is done for disability of the disease, and the aim of the surgery is to make the person gain the grasp and the pinch grip for the hand, and in the leg, a foot drop has to be treated by tendon transfer method. The trophic ulcers are debrided, the abscess is drained, and deformity, if it's more than a correction, we have to amputate it. That's it. Read Bailey and love. Click the like button. Comments down. Thanks.